If your job at a healthcare facility includes disinfecting against viruses, you know prevention is the best medicine. And maintaining healthy spaces starts with a healthy cleaning routine. Grainger's world-class supply chain helps ensure you have the quality products you need when you need them. From disinfectants and cleaning supplies to personal protective equipment, so you can help deliver a clean bill of health. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
And I think at one point he tries to high five them.
Oh yeah, he does high five them.
Yeah, and none of them really, want to high five.
But they high five each other, and he said can I get some of that?
Yeah,
anytime you have to ask,
yeah,
can I get a little bit of that high five? You weren't meant to have the high five.
Yes.
Welcome to the Rom-Com Rewind podcast.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Devin.
And I love rewatching movies over and over again.
And I really, really love romantic comedies.
So this is a show where we rewatch rom-coms, break them down a bit for you, maybe take a peek behind the curtain, dig beneath the surface, and decide, does it still hold up?
Today we have
That Awkward Moment.
And make sure you follow us on Instagram. We have a lot of fun discussions, especially about what we're going to be doing coming up, and maybe you can chime in on that, sway our decisions a little bit. Also, leave a review and follow us on iTunes podcasts, as well as Spotify. So That Awkward Moment, directed by Tom Gormican. It's the first and so far only movie he has directed.
Really?
Yeah, not much else on his IMDb page.
Oh.
This is the story of three best friends. We have Jason, played by Zac Efron. We've got Mikey, played by Michael B. Jordan. And then we have Daniel, played by Miles Teller. Jason is our main character. We see most of the movie through his lens, and he's your classic, charming, I don't want anything serious, but if we could just have great sex for a little while until you want something serious, that's sweet with me kind of thing.
Then I'll pull the chute.
Pull the chute, exactly. Daniel is kind of similar, although he relies a little bit on a good female friend, Chelsea, played by Mackenzie Davis, to wingman him. We don't really know the history there, but it seems like they've been good friends for a while. And then we have Mikey. He's getting a divorce. Turns out his wife, Vera, played by Jessica Lucas.
I think it's Vera?
It's Vera, yeah, okay. Vera. She's been cheating on him. And the real conflict in the movie comes when all three of these guys agree, hey, you know what? We're going to stay single together because Mikey got over by
Vera? I mean, I guess if you're talking about aloe vera, it could be Vera. I guess. I don't know.
Mikey's in a bad place. Let's do the single thing together. Problem is, Jason falls for this woman, Ellie, played by Imogen Poots. She's kind of our main female protagonist. Daniel ends up falling for Chelsea, and Mikey quietly starts
redating?
Having sex more with his wife
Vera.
Vera, yeah, okay. She was in the movie for 3 scenes, honestly. Vera.
Yeah, I didn't know her name until I looked it up.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he even really says it that often. He says Harold more than he says who is the guy that she cheated on Mikey with.
Harold.
He says her name more than Vera's name, so I didn't actually know it.
More than Vera's name.
Oh, yes, sorry. Yeah, I mean it's good. It's a good movie. It's the first R-rated movie we've done.
Hey.
So it was good. Changed it up a little bit with the majority of the cast being male leads and kind of the secondary cast being female. So it's essentially about the awkward conversation that is had when you're moving on from hanging out or seeing each other to dating and being exclusive. The so where's this going conversation.
That's right. That's the premise.
Yes. So I was trying to figure out what that awkward moment was, but then the first time I watched the movie and I was like, oh, okay. And I kind of didn't really
you were
get
looking
it.
for one singular awkward moment, but it's there are many. Anytime you come into a situation where it's so what are we doing here?
Totally.
That is the awkward
Well,
moment.
it clicked this time. So
Sarah's got it, everybody.
I now know what the movie's about. It's the awkward so where is this going conversation. No,
man.
It's a fun movie though.
We have to talk about that premise because that is it's a funny premise for a movie. I did like rewatching this. There were some jokes that absolutely the writing in this movie was so funny.
It was, yeah.
The premise got me a little bit sometimes of would this really have happened? And then I have to think of some of my male single friends and how irrational they are. And then I think, you know what? It's probably fairly accurate. The whole dropping Viagra so you can drink like crazy and still get a hard on. You'd be shocked how many dudes I know have done something similar to that. I know a guy who went on a bachelor party, dropped some Viagra. ended up at a special massage place. Not sure how all that goes down, but
Oh my God. What?
yeah. I don't think I can tell you all of the story because in retrospect, that seems like kind of illegal.
He specifically went there. No, sorry. He specifically took Viagra to go to a massage
No,
parlor.
I think he took the Viagra just as like a joke, like, it's a bachelor party, let's fucking go crazy. And then like 4 hours later, he's got this raging hard-on, and the guys were like, hey, I know a place where you can get that taken care of.
Oh my God.
Yeah, straight up. That was many years ago.
Oh my God. I can't believe that.
Yeah, seriously.
I can't believe that.
So some of the more bizarre things you see in this movie, it's like, would guys do that? Like,
I guess
yeah,
they would.
of
Yes.
course.
Well, okay, so the morning after they take that Viagra,
Oh, yeah.
the bathroom scene when Jason and Daniel are on the phone with each other, both at different girls' places, and they're horizontal on the toilet taking a leak because they both have morning wood. But the biggest question was, does this mean that their dick is small because it's not touching the water? When they're horizontal on the toilet,
Yeah.
you can hear their...
Yeah, so as soon as that scene happened, I thought, because, like, picture it, like, they're on the toilet, horizontal, their peen is pointing directly down.
peen.
Yeah. I thought, I'm like, ooh, not to get too dicey about this, but I'm like, I might be touching some water at that point. And they were just like, peeing. So
It's like lasers.
theoretically, you're like, they must be removed from the water space enough.
Right, and like splashing on the water.
Yeah.
So like, is there
But one of them
dick
says like,
small?
ooh, like my dick got into the water, but it's like, it's not like it's
It
changing
should-
size. If it's
Yeah.
hard, it doesn't get harder. I don't know. Poking some holes in that. It was interesting.
Okay, and then the scene before that, like right before that, Jason thinks that he went home with a hooker.
Oh yeah.
So to dive into that, so I guess the day before, Daniel and him were talking about what hooker signs are. So lots of condoms, high boots, stacks of cash lying around. And then, so like he pieces out and then ends up seeing her that morning at work because
Yeah.
she's helping out with an account at his office. Works at a design firm
He
for
makes covers for
books. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So she confronts him about why he left, and then he tells her that he thought he was a hooker. First off, do you tell her, oh, sorry, I left and I pieced out in the middle of the night because I thought you were a hooker?
Zac Efron says it because he's so good looking, you can't be upset about
I
it.
guess so.
Every other guy, though, yeah, I think you.
And then proceeds
oh
to
shit!
tell
Like I
her
got a work call. Like I
the
had to go,
signs.
sorry.
Like proceeds to then tell her, oh, I thought you were a hooker because of the following
Because of all the
things."
hooker signs.
And then she's like, okay, well, I'm not. And then he says, can I make it up to you? And tries to give her his number. No, asks her for his number. And then she just writes in it, go f yourself.
yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was great.
Can we talk about how Michael B. Jordan got done dirty in this movie?
Yes.
Because in my opinion, he might be the best looking actor here. Like Zac Efron's
Yeah.
very good
Yeah.
looking, but Michael B. Jordan, they're pretty neck and neck.
Yeah.
Mikey, first time we really see him, walks into his apartment. His wife, Vera, is there with a random dude. That dude's name is?
Harold.
Turns out Vera wants a divorce and
Harold.
is her lawyer also
Harold.
is the dude she's been cheating on you with. That's not even the worst of it.
And then comments on his shoes.
And yeah, that's right. Then the guy's like,
he
"Hey, nice
liked.
shoes."
Yeah, he liked my shoes.
Like the guy f***ing my wife thinks I have nice shoes. That's not the worst part though. The night at the bar, gets a girl's number, goes home, jerks it in the washroom
Oh, yeah.
to the beer coaster she wrote her number on while he's gorging himself on ice cream. Turns out that lotion he was jerking it with is actually tanning oil. And as his
Tanning
friends
lotion,
say,
yeah.
it's tanning lotion. As his friends say, his dick ends up looking like a traffic cone, a yam, a can of Cheetos. And we even saw more in the outtakes. They had a lot of funny jokes
Oh
at
yeah,
his
they
expense.
did. Yeah, the outtakes were really funny.
But I'm like, Michael B. Jordan is like my favorite guy here.
yeah.
And you just ended up making him the guppy.
Yeah, I think that scene was really funny. I
Oh,
mean, it was
man, it was
super
great.
awkward. Like you were like, "Okay, wait, what is he doing? Oh my god! Oh,
He's jacking
weird."
it. He's looking at the coaster. He's eating ice cream.
Yeah, and then like the best writing is when they come up with all of the things that something orange could be. That would be a long stick,
And
a
that's
corn
like-
dog.
Yeah. And that's one of the things where the writing, I feel like the writing staff got the male interactions correct, because it's like I'm picturing back in college, like when I was living with some guy roommates, if I ended up doing that and I walked in, I'm like, guys, look at my dick, all those jokes would have happened. Like, dude, it looks like a fucking traffic cone. They probably go out and get a traffic cone, bring it in to compare. So it's like those moments, I'm like, yeah, that's it's very funny, but it's also very accurate.
Yeah.
Can we do a bang, marry, exile for the three guys?
Okay.
So we've got Miles Teller as Daniel.
Yep.
We've got Michael B. Jordan, Mikey. We've got Jason as Zac Efron. Actually, put some earmuffs on.
Okay.
Okay. So Sarah's not listening. We're going to make a prediction. For sure. She's going to bang Jason, Zac Efron. She's going to exile Miles Teller. She's going to say something about how his face is weird or something. And she's going to marry Michael B. Jordan. Okay, earmuffs off.
Okay. I would marry Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, I should get a dinger. Ding.
I would bang Miles Teller.
What?
And
No.
I would exile Zac Efron.
Are you fucking kidding me? What? You have an opportunity to have sex with Zac Efron, and you're going to do Miles Teller instead?
I think so, yeah.
Why?
I don't know. He's cute.
What? Zac Efron, and you love abs. I know you love abs.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's not we're talking about, are we talking about the actor or the character?
Jason.
Yeah.
The character
No, the
Jason.
character Jason is a douche. He's a douche in
Oh.
this movie.
Oh, yeah.
He has
you know
no
what?
soul.
That's right.
Yeah.
You like personalities more than bodies because you're a nice person, unlike myself, and I was looking
And
at it completely
I
cosmetically.
think Daniel, Miles Teller, is really cute. Anyway, whatever.
Well, you ruined the game, Sarah.
Okay, we'll switch it up here.
Okay.
Let's do Vera, Chelsea,
Okay.
and Ellie. So
Okay.
the three main female characters in the movie.
Okay. Do you want me to put on earmuffs and you can predict?
Sure. Okay. So I predict that Devin will marry Chelsea, bang Vera, and exile Ellie. All right.
I would exile Vera.
Okay.
She's horrible.
Yeah, she's a shitty
She's
person,
cheating.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a bad person.
Yeah.
I'd bang Chelsea.
Oh.
Now that's tough. Because I think Chelsea and I actually have more in common, weirdly enough. Like the fact that she plays piano. Oh, my God. I love that. Oh, no, I'm talking myself out of it. Okay, I'm going to marry Chelsea, everybody.
Woo!
And I'm going to bang Ellie. That's what I got to go with.
Okay.
Yeah, marry Chelsea.
Like I said, why I would exile Jason Zac Efron's characters, because he's super selfish in this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, they all are in like a different specific way.
Yeah.
But like I wouldn't say Michael B. Jordan's character is. But Daniel and Jason were definitely selfish. They only really thought about themselves and not getting in a serious relationship with anyone. Like Jason didn't even show up to Ellie's father's funeral and said because he would be a distraction, but you're essentially dating her and you're a shoulder for her to lean on, and yet you literally you said it would be easier for you not to go. Like, just very, very selfish.
Yeah, I mean, Mikey didn't really do anything that I would consider to be wrong.
Right, you're right. Yeah.
The only wrong thing that Daniel did was that he didn't tell his friends that he was dating Chelsea.
Yeah.
Which, like, that's redeemable. It's shitty.
But I
like,
think he was like a mini wannabe Jason at some points in the movie.
Yeah,
You
they
know?
definitely had a similar vibe
Yeah.
going. But Jason, not to show up for your girlfriend's dad's funeral?
Well, they
reprehensible
hadn't
behavior.
had that awkward moment, the so conversation.
Right, they haven't had the so.
However, yes, it's definitely shitty that he didn't go.
Can we get to the so then?
Yeah, sure.
Because the whole premise of the movie, as we said, is that when you're casually banging a girl and she hits you with the so, that's when you got to pull the chute. You know, that's the so. That's either we're in a relationship or we're just having sex.
Right.
There's one girl who even says the so mid, like Jason is banging her from behind, and she's like, "So what is this?" Have you ever pulled the so in a weird situation?
Yeah, no. Have you?
I don't pull the so.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I think I've gotten the so.
Oh, yeah. That's what I meant.
Yeah, I've gotten the so like immediately before, where it's like we're either gonna be dating and have sex in the next 30 seconds, or we're not gonna be dating and we're not gonna have sex in the next.
Maybe
30
I
seconds.
did it to have sex.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh my God, I'm kidding.
No, you're not. Oh man.
Have you? So they even have a roster of girls,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they would add girls they wanted to get with, and then take off ones they no longer wanted to hang out with.
Sure.
So, you know, in your wisdom of years,
How old do you think I am?
did you ever have a roster of girls?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't as complex and as well thought out as Daniel and Jason. Like,
You didn't make them like little plain pieces, like, oh, I'm gonna take you
yeah,
off. I'm
they
gonna put
act
you
like
on.
it's a sports team.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, in college, there were just girls who it's like, you know, maybe you hang out with them a few times, you guys, you know, do whatever, and then a couple months later, you see them at a party, and you're like, hey, like, we should hang out again sometime. Like, yeah, why don't you come over tomorrow? So it wasn't thought out like that, but it was kind of like, you know, there were a number of girls who at any given point I could be like, hey, what are you up to tonight? And make that shit happen. you know?
The booty call.
Yeah, I didn't really think too hard about it. Like, they're really...
Yeah, they have like a plan.
Oh, they've got a game plan.
Yeah.
They seemed to, like, date a couple girls until they said it, whereas I was just like, oh, hey, you around? Like,
They would date till the so.
they would date
Yeah.
until the so.
Till the so do we part.
Just come up with that.
I did.
Till the so do we part.
Yeah.
That's actually funny. I wasn't
Thank you.
expecting it.
Um,
Did you ever have a roster?
like I think, I think it was like,
Oh, that's a yes.
I think it was similar to like
Oh
you.
my God, that's
think-
a yes.
I think it was like similar to what you had. No plan.
So wait, you would just you'd booty call some guys? Hey,
no,
you up?
no, it wouldn't. It'd be the 2-word text. You up?
You up? Yeah.
No, I wouldn't.
You ever pull one of those?
No, I think I've had them pulled on me.
Yeah.
Like I've had texts come in. A guy's like, "You up?" And I'm like, "Yep."
Yep. You know what? That's the annoying thing about having a roster, though, is that it does take some planning. There would be times that like this girl who like, you know, I got on the line, hey, we're gonna have sex tonight, and she's like, yeah, like I'm just partying with some friends. I'll come over after. I'm like, fuck yeah, sweet. 4 a.m. she rolls into my apartment, and it's like I'm already. Oh yeah, like I don't really
Asleep.
want to do it anymore.
No.
I mean, you do because
Too late.
a lot of effort was put. Well, you know, like she did make the effort to take a bus at like 4 a.m., which is totally sketchy. But
But you're asleep.
I mean, as a guy, you wake up for that shit.
Yeah, I guess
You,
so.
you get frosty. You
You
know,
get
slap the face a little bit, and
Throw
okay,
some
here we
cold
go.
water on your face.
Yeah, you amp yourself up. But you had a roster. That's interesting. Okay, good to know.
Like not
We're
like
learning a lot
not,
about
I didn't
Sarah.
write names on a board,
Wow.
but like I mean, and it was not. It was
Starting pitcher number 3,
Yeah,
Jeffrey. You get that starting pitcher?
yes. Oh, he thinks this one's funny. Okay, so when they go to the bar after Mikey's wife, Vera, leaves him for Harold,
Yeah.
so he wears a cardigan to the bar.
Yeah.
So what's the weirdest thing you've ever worn to the bar?
Oh, it's a great question. I mean, I think I have worn a cardigan to a bar before. I'll
Why?
be honest. I don't know. It was probably winter, and I probably just wanted a little bit. I went through a cardigan phase. I think a lot of people did.
Okay, to the bar. I feel like I've never.
Mikey and I went through a cardigan phase. All right?
I guess. Was it after a breakup?
No. Like every now and then, you kind of get caught. End up at the bar in a situation where you didn't think you were going to be at the bar.
Totally.
Like there are times where it's like, you know, I've been at the beach all day, or like maybe I was working and I happen to be at the beach like doing promo stuff for whoever. And everybody's like, hey, like let's hit the bar afterwards, and then that just ends up like you're at a nightclub at like 1 a.m. and you're like, I'm in fucking flip flops. I can't believe they let me in here, kind of thing. So yeah, I feel like those moments have happened. Never by design though.
Yeah. I think the same for me. Like I think it's where I've worn PJs
What?
when I've had to
You
go
wore PJs?
when I've
to a-
had to go into the bar to get somebody who I was picking up.
Oh.
And then I've had to wait
so-
around for that person to be ready to
Oh
leave.
my God! Now I'm making a mental image. of-
Right?
I'm picturing Sarah with
Oh.
curlers in her hair.
Okay, I don't know.
PJ bottoms.
This isn't the 1950s.
Probably some floofy loafers.
No.
Listen here, young lady.
How old am I? And what
You're
year
very
is it?
old.
Good God. I think Jason and Ellie are a very interesting match.
Oh, you don't think they'd make it?
I mean, I think, okay, so just like looking at them.
Judging a book by its cover?
Oh ho ho.
Did you just hit me with an oh ho ho? Okay, Santa.
So like he's really, I find, preppy. Like dresses preppy and is just kind of generally preppy. And I find her like she has more of like a hippie boho vibe.
Yeah.
Just I didn't think, like, looking at them, just didn't think it would work, but obviously it did. So it's just something more I noticed.
I feel like with a lot of rom-coms, there is kind of the archetype that guys like, and it's like I would consider it the Zooey Deschanel. Like, I'm quirky and I'm kind of dorky, but I'm really relatable and I'm just adorable. A lot of rom-coms tend to just jump into that archetype of like, can we do like a Zooey Deschanel, a Jace? You know? Can we get some new girl vibes in here?
Okay, yeah, I hear you.
I feel like Ellie hits that a lot.
Yeah,
She's
I
dorky,
hear that.
she's adorable.
Totally. She likes specific things like parks. She likes parks.
She likes specific things like parks.
Yeah, she likes parks. She always has that
How
back.
much did we learn about her? Because is that the only thing that you really remember about her?
Oh, and she hosts library book reads.
Wow, I just realized we fucking know nothing about her.
Yeah, pretty much.
We know her dad dies.
And her birthday.
We knows her. She's an author.
Yeah.
So I feel like the book reading thing is kind of adjacent. Yeah, we know nothing about her.
No, not really. Zac Efron, Michael B. Jordan, Miles Teller, and Mackenzie Davis, who plays Chelsea, were all born in the same year in 1987.
Wow.
Yeah. So they're 33 now, but when the movie came out, they were 27.
I would put them all at 27 because they're all out of college and
Yep.
university. They all have careers that are more or less solidified.
Yeah, but they're just kind of mostly starting out. Like,
Yeah.
I think it plays really well with the characters in the movie. I think they did a really good job. And so Mackenzie Davis and Jessica Lucas plays Vera, Michael B. Jordan's wife. They're both Canadian.
Oh, very cool.
So that's really cool.
Vera's done other stuff.
Yes.
I recognize
Yes,
her.
she has, yeah. And so has Mackenzie Davis, though.
Oh, really?
So she plays the enhanced super soldier in the newest Terminator Dark Fate.
Oh.
Yeah.
That would have been cool news like 20 years ago
Oh
when
my
people cared
God.
about Terminator movies.
Come on.
I actually like Terminator movies.
So
I
did
genuinely
I.
have not fucking heard of that one.
No, I haven't either. I think the last one I heard of was the one with Amelia Clark.
There was one with Amelia Clark? Oh my
Yes.
God. I'm your prime demographic.
Yeah.
I like action movies. How do I hate all of your new movies,
Okay, well,
Terminator?
maybe they need to change up
They
their...
do. I mean, you're clearly making good casting
Advertising.
calls, but...
This is how I figured out what the movie was actually about.
Oh my God.
So...
This was your eureka moment.
It was.
The apple fell.
This legit
on
hit me
your
in the
head.
head. The movie is also known as Are We Officially Dating? In Australia and Indonesia.
Oh.
And then I was like, whoa.
Well,
What?
That's what they mean.
Whoa. Okay. So yeah. So they actually called the movie something completely different in Australia and Indonesia, and it's called Are We Officially Dating? The premise was inspired by Shakespeare's Love's Labour Lost.
Is that a play?
It is a Shakespeare's early comedies believed to have been written in the mid-1590s for performance at the Inns of Court before Queen Elizabeth I.
Oh, interesting.
This is Michael B. Jordan's first comedic role.
Oh, really?
I didn't know that.
He did well. Then again, he was the butt of all the jokes. Poor Michael B. Jordan.
I know. Okay, so the Ben & Jerry's flavor, everyone wants to know this. The Ben & Jerry's flavor that Zac Efron brings to his friend's place is peanut butter cup. Just a tidbit for you there.
I like that. I had no idea what you were talking about.
I
for a
may
sec.
go out and buy it.
Hey, it sounds
Well, yeah,
good.
when they're doing the ice cream and whiskey. It's a surprisingly great, flavor combination.
Wait, does somebody throw the ice cream out the window, or is that a different type of
They
ice
have it
cream?
multiple times throughout the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have it in a few scenes. Michael B. Jordan and Miles Teller would later work together again in Fantastic Four in 2015.
Oh my God, they would.
Mhm.
Wow, I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, a year later. I actually completely forgot about it.
Yeah,
So
it
yeah,
was another bad action movie.
unfortunately, but I liked it. So moving on to best scenes.
Okay.
What's your best scene?
Any scene with that weird boss. What's his name? Fred?
Fred.
I love those scenes. He like walks up to Daniel and Jason at work. So clearly he's like a manager at this graphic design or something place. He walks up to them and he's like, "Hey guys, it's Fred." And they're both like, "You know, Fred, it's not a telephone. Like, we can physically see you."
It's like when my dad texts me and he says, "Hi, Sarah," and then he says his message and he says, "Love, Dad."
Love,
and I'm like,
Dad, yeah.
"Yes, Dad,
But
I
he's
know."
doing that in person.
Or he says, "Hi, Sarah, it's Dad." Yep, I know it. I know it's you, Dad. I have you saved in my contacts.
Have you ever had like a socially awkward boss? Because I've had one, not on this level, but it's very, I feel like it's a little bit relatable. Just a boss who you're like, "Why are you so uncomfortable all the time? I don't understand how you make me uncomfortable all the time." And he doesn't mean to, but it's just like, I don't know.
No, I don't think I have.
Really?
Yeah.
I had a boss similar to a Fred. So I loved all those Fred moments.
Oh, okay. You connected with them.
I connected with them. Like the first one where he says like, "Hey guys, it's Fred." That one is just bizarre and weird. But the other one where he's like, "We got the account," and they're like, "Yeah," and he just like awkwardly hangs out at the desk for like another 30 seconds. He's like, "Yeah, we did it." That boss I was telling you about, he would do that.
That is awkward.
It is awkward.
It's an awkward moment.
He used to whoa! He used to come into my office and he used to be like, "Wow, it's so bright in here." And he would like turn down my dimmer switch. And I'm like, "Could you the f off? Why are you turning my lights down? Like, this is how I work. Why are you interrupting my workspace and just like changing the lighting?" But he was just trying to help me out.
Yeah. Okay, so I have a few best scenes.
Okay.
Well, I have two. The cocktail party.
Oh, rock out with your cock out.
So Jason goes to Ellie's birthday party thinking that it's a dress-up party, costume party. Question.
Yes.
When you hear
Oh.
dress-up party, what comes to mind? Do you think that it's a costume party or a dress nicely party?
A dress up party, I would think I'm wearing a costume.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Because people usually say when it's a dress nicely party, they don't say that. They say a semi-formal because
They'll
it's supposed
say, like,
to be
business
nice.
cash or something.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Sure.
So I can't imagine walking into a party where everyone else is dressed up nicely and I am stuck wearing a costume.
I've had that happen before. We've had that happen before.
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
It took me a while to think about
It
it.
was a
but
Christmas party, and they said it was a dress up Christmas party. I feel,
Yes.
and so of course, ugly Christmas sweaters are gonna go perfect with this.
Totally. We definitely took them out.
Mine was so aggressive. It was shout outs to Gong Show. It was like a hockey Christmas sweater, and they literally had Velcro pucks, and like the sweater was a hockey net with a goalie, and you could Velcro the pucks into the corners of the net. An absurd, ugly Christmas sweater, but I'm like, this is fucking perfect. No, it was horrible.
We showed up and no one was dressed in any type of ugly Christmas sweater
No.
or anything remotely terrible looking. Everyone was dressed up nicely. They were all wearing really cute, nice skirts, blouses, ties.
Like a bunch of well-adjusted human beings.
Totally. And
then
we
here are
showed up.
the morons.
I may have stuck some reindeer ears in my hair and called it a day because, why not? At that point, you've already shown up and you got to wear it for the next, 5 to 7 hours.
You got to commit. And Zac Efron, Jason, he committed.
He committed. He went to a sex store and bought a dildo to stick in his pants and pretend it was his dick.
But not only that, when he gets to the party, he realizes like, oh my God, it's a dress-up party. Why don't you leave? You have a dildo coming out of your pants.
Yeah.
Everybody is dressed so nice, and
Yeah.
you're like, I'm gonna stick around for this. And he
Yeah.
even makes that joke with Ellie's dad.
I had a bit of secondhand embarrassment for
Oh
him.
yeah, Ellie's dad is like, why didn't you leave? And he's like, I don't know, I'm a sucker for punishment.
Yeah. And then he meets Ellie's parents and accidentally sticks the dildo in
In
his
her mom's
drink
cocktail,
and
yeah.
said it's a cocktail.
Yeah, that was a funny line.
That was really good.
The comedy did really.
Yeah,
it
was,
hit.
It
in this
was
movie.
awesome.
My other one is one we already talked about. The scene where Mikey reveals that he jacked him with the
yeah.
tanning lotion,
That was a good one.
and the guys who were like, "Bro, it looks like a yam." I love all
You
that.
just really like that
I
one.
really liked it. It needed a second mention.
So the other one that I have is the bookstore scene. So this one's a little bit more heartfelt. So where the three guys go to Ellie's bookstore event, so a book reading, thinking that no one would be there, but the place is packed. Zac Efron character Jason goes up and basically tells her that he loves her and gives this big speech pretending to the crowd that he's actually reading from his book. I just thought it was really, really cute. I love the part where once he was finished, everyone started clapping because they actually thought that he was reading from his own book.
Yeah.
It was really, really funny. But it was just really cute.
And it's a throwback to the first lines we hear Ellie say.
Yeah.
I thought
Full circle.
that scene, it had to be great. Jason did the worst thing possible. Like, he was a horrible guy. How are you gonna pull this full circle and be like, hey, they could still end up together? And it was just such a beautiful moment. It was really
it was
good.
really cute.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Honorable mentions?
So I have one honorable mention. You've already touched upon him and his awkwardness.
Oh, Fred!
Fred. So he's my honorable mention. So he gets this because he's so freaking awkward during the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And he just wants to be one of the guys so bad. And, he's like, I think at one point he tries to like high five them.
Oh, yeah, he does high five them.
Yeah, none of them really, want to high five.
But, like, they high fived each other, and he said, like, can I get some of that?
Yeah, like.
Anytime you have to ask,
Yeah.
can I get a little bit of that high five? You weren't meant to have the high five.
Yes. So it's just like they were few and far between his scenes.
He had, like, 2 of them.
Right. But they were really funny. Like,
Yeah.
and he always had their back in a really awkward way. Like, it was great. It was good. I liked it.
What should have been?
So I don't have what should have been because they all kind of ended up with people.
Yeah, they all ended up with people except for Michael B. Jordan.
No,
Mikey.
he ended up going on the date with the girl with glasses.
Yeah, I guess.
And they're hanging out.
Yeah. My what should have been is that Michael B. Jordan should have gotten Miles Teller's role.
Oh. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
But at the same time,
Yeah.
I'm conflicted over it because I love Michael B. Jordan, and it kind of, like, it didn't bother me the first time I watched it, but the second time I'm like, he's just a mopey little shit. And then you see him do a great role, and you're like, wow, Michael B. Jordan's got some range.
Totally.
He could definitely play that role.
So does Miles Teller, though.
Well, so here's what I was thinking. I was like, I think I felt more empathetic towards Mikey in this movie because it was Michael B. Jordan than I would have if Miles Teller was being mopey. I'd kind of be like, suck it up, Miles.
I think maybe they just could have written Mikey's character better.
Thirst factor.
Okay.
So we got to rate the guys. And
Zac
the girls.
Efron 8, Miles Teller 8, Michael B. Jordan 9.
Woo.
Boom.
Wow.
You go.
Zac Efron gets the same as Miles Teller?
Mm-hmm.
He's not that good looking.
Who?
Miles Teller.
Yes, he is.
Okay. No offense, Miles.
I think he is.
Great guy, I'm sure. So we have Imogene Poots, Mackenzie Davis. I can't remember Vera's character. We literally see her twice.
Jessica Lucas.
Thirst factor, I think Mackenzie Davis probably pulls this one out.
Yeah.
At like a 9.
Yeah.
She's kind of classically good looking. Like, Imogene Poots is adorable. She's like weird and quirky and cute. I don't think it really translates to a thirst factor. It's like a would I date you? Yeah.
You like that she plays piano.
I also just think I like her a lot. And then Jessica Lucas, wow, we barely ever see her.
Yeah, we don't see her very much.
All I know is that she cheats on my dude, Mikey. So, 4.
Whoa! Like, are
Hey.
you doing the character
The character.
or the actor?
The character. That's what the thirst factor is all about, girl.
Okay, Zac Efron's a 7 then.
Oh, you're dropping him down a little
Yeah.
bit. Okay, all right.
Because I was doing like the actual actor.
Rewatchability.
7.5.
Yeah, I'd say just because the jokes still hit.
Yeah.
It's all still
yeah,
very
they do.
funny.
They do still hit. The rating's good.
Yeah, I'd put it at an 8. Like, I liked this movie the first time I watched it. Rewatching it, I still enjoyed it. And yeah, some of the jokes still caught me off guard.
Yeah. It's funny.
And I also like that it's multiple different stories, and we're not just like, if it was just the Zac Efron story, which it is a little bit, I think I would like it a little bit less because his character is a little bit less likable.
Yeah, I like that we're following the friends too.
Yeah, like Michael B. Jordan, love him. Miles Teller, although I would disagree that he's better looking. He has a fun dynamic in this one, and I like his chemistry with Mackenzie Davis.
Yeah,
So
me too. Yeah.
Rewatchability, I'm gonna give it like an 8.3.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. I'll give it a 7.7.
Wait, you're just knocking it up because I knocked mine up?
Yep. I know. You know what? I truly believe that it's a 7.7.
Oh man, this has been the Rom-Com Rewind podcast of that awkward moment.
Thanks for listening.